Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, and we're going to talk about the importance of canon. So this has been a major discussion that has just erupted over the last few weeks. Jeremy Crawford started it off by saying, if it isn't in a Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition hardback, adventure, or source book, it doesn't count for canon. There's a massive discussion. And what I want to talk about today is just how, never have I seen the importance of canon more appropriately shown, more clearly shown, and how you manage canon and how you get people to be delighted with your content rather than frustrated with your content. And so how do you do that, right? Well, this has been proven. We have the wrong path and we have the right path. The wrong path is Masters of the Universe Revelations. The right path is Marvel's brand new What If animated show, specifically the first episode, season 1, episode 1, which is Captain Carter. Spoilers for Masters of the Universe Revelation and for What If Captain Carter season 1, episode 1. So boy, oh boy, so this What If just came out. And it showed perfectly how this is how you deal with a canon issue. Masters of the Universe Revelation has just been an absolute debacle. There were 2 weeks of frustration, angst, and woe that preceded Masters of the Universe. Right? There were just Clownfish started it, I think, on YouTube, and there were just hundreds of channels that were like, "Is He-Man Masters of the Universe about to be destroyed as an intellectual property by Kevin Smith?" And then it came, and Kevin Smith saying, no, this is a He-Man show, I assure you. And then the show coming out, and everyone that was worried that He-Man would be destroyed in the show was quite literally right. Like the show is, the show is just killing He-Man again and again, right? And then 2 weeks of woe, frustration, and and just like people like, oh no, what's happening, right? So Masters Universe is like a template of how to get canon wrong, right? Now Marvel does exactly the same thing in episode 1, season 1, episode 1 of What If Captain Carter, right? As is done in Masters of the Universe Revelation. In Masters of the Universe Revelation, He-Man is killed. In What If Captain Carter, Captain America is killed. Now, Captain America is not quite literally killed. He's just shoved over and remains in a kind of like desiccated form as his human self, right? And Captain America never manifests in What If Captain Carter, right? Captain America never exists, right? He is swept aside. Steve Rogers is in the show, but Captain America never comes to fruition. Now, it gets even more woke in the What If Captain Carter, right? So instead of Captain America, we get Captain Britain? No, we get Captain Carter, right? So Captain Carter looks exactly like Captain America, does every single thing Captain America does, but you can't have any nationalism, right? So it's Captain Carter, not Captain Britain, right? So really fascinating. These are two like super woke shows, like just Hollywood at its wokest, right? Like they're doing exactly the same thing, but where Masters of the Universe Revelation, everybody's like, oh, woe is me, sackcloth and ashes, oh no, He-Man is gone, right? It's a subversion of He-Man, right? And nobody wanted it, right? Captain Carter is a subversion of Captain America, and everyone wants it. There was 2 weeks of gimme, this subversion of Captain America. I can't wait for it. Everybody watches the show. It's a complete subversion of Captain America. Everybody's delighted. And there's going to be 2 weeks of, wow, look at this super cool subversion of Captain America, right? Subversion of He-Man, sackcloth and ashes, everybody unhappy. Subversion of Captain America, everybody is delighted. even Captain America fans, right? What's the difference? Canon. Canon matters. Canon matters. Canon matters, right? So basically, Captain Carter was like, this, all Marvel had to do was a sidestep. And they're like, listen, your Captain America is untouched. This is an alternate universe. Come along for the ride with us, right? Let's take a look at this other story, right? And then everything that Hollywood wanted to get in there, right? Like, subversion of Captain America, Captain America gone, right? It's all there, like, and just complete, like, Captain America never exists, Captain America's gone, nationalism is gone, every Hollywood value is brought forward, but everyone is delighted. Same thing is happening in both shows, but one delights everyone, one infuriates everyone, and the reason why was basically Kevin Smith did a subversion of Captain America in canon, and Marvel did a subversion of Captain America. Actually, Kevin Smith did a subversion of He-Man in canon, and What If Captain Carter does a subversion of Captain America, but it takes it out of canon. And that one slight difference makes everyone happy, right? It's just, I loved it. I thought What If Captain America was fantastic. I ate it up, right? Whereas I seriously did not like Masters of the Universe Revelation, right? So it's really, so this is a path forward that Dungeons and Dragons can use. If they want to inject with a horrifying needle Hollywood value into Dungeons and Dragons, they can do it, and they can still keep all the old grognards happy, and they can stay, not all the old grognards, but they can still they can still have people who really like Gygax and like old school elements of Dungeons and Dragons. You can do both. Marvel proved it. They just did it. They did it in real time, and they did it so close to the absolute train wreck that Kevin Smith put up that it cannot be ignored, right? So this is how the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition design team should move forward, right? If something's really, off the rails, and you're like, oh, Drow aren't evil, right? Just shove that off into a non-canon product. Like, put it into a comic book, put it into a video game. Don't put it into the D&D 5th edition game, right? Like, don't put it into canon, right? It's just so I think the What If Captain Carter just shows us why canon is so incredibly important to Dungeons & Dragons. It's incredibly important to every single mega IP, and you absolutely cannot touch it. It is untouchable. Canon, can't say that. Canon changes. It's not untouchable. Canon has to be done with respect, with the proper speed, with awareness, and every company in the world is realizing this except Warner Brothers, right? And in many cases, Dungeons and Dragons, they have bobbled this as well, right? Kevin Feige has shown the path, right? And I know it's hard for everybody hearing me say Kevin Feige's awesome, because the world is saying Kevin Feige's awesome, because he has a success that is unprecedented. He showed how to manage canon, how to respect the source material and inject small, minute changes that will not infuriate people, right? And it's a big deal, right? And so What If Captain Carter shows a very nice go-forward path for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, where the design team could do crazy stuff, right? Or even just put it in its own setting. Put it in the official canon book, but just make sure it's off on its own setting world, separated from Faerun. And that's the key, right? Is Faerun, that's another thing that is very, very quickly becoming clear. Faerun is canon, right? Because the D&D community says it is, right? And like Strixhaven, I love Strixhaven, right? But I think that's going to be non-canon for most D&D players. Already, you can see a bunch of dungeon masters and dungeon players saying, I ain't going to touch Strixhaven. I don't care for it, right? And so they're not going to bring it into the canon. Now, you can put it in the books. I think that's great. I love it, right? But this is the go-forward path. I think What If Captain Carter is fantastic. It is the best template model for how Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition design team should move forward, and I am so here for it. I love how Marvel handled this, and it also just like it's a poke in the eye to Kevin Smith, saying you screwed this up, and there was no need to screw this up. There was no need for what you did. This could have been fixed. Well, that's my opinion. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking, subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.